Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Envy, and today we're watching episode 3 of To Be Hero X. I hope you're doing as well as you can be, taking care of yourselves as much as you can, staying safe, and I hope you're ready for episode 3. I can't wait to see what it's about, what it'll be about, because episode 2, right? First of all, let's get this out of the way. Moon is not dead, right? She was never dead in the first place, apparently. We don't know what happened. Right now, we're chalking it up to it was a nightmare, right? That's it. That's what Lin Ling decided. So, yes, we find out that Moon was a travel vlogger, right? And the more popular she got, the stronger she got, right? Her trust value increased. So, ended up becoming a hero with teleportation powers, right? Super cool. Turns out her and Ice's relationship was in fact a PR relationship, and unlike other romantic stories, this apparently remained non-romantic until the end. We don't know how Nice ever felt about her. We have no idea, but We do know that Moon never had any feelings for him, and they were only ever colleagues who were kind of stuck together. Right? They were in a fake relationship for like 3 years, and Moon thought that after Nice dying, which she found out, right? Lin Ling told her, but she already knew he wasn't nice. So he told her, and she thought that she could finally be free, but apparently not, because according to Miss J, Nice can never die. Nice, the brand, needs to stay alive, right? Miss J forces them to. She sort of locks down the apartment. She forces them to stay there for like a month. I think, was it 1 month or 3 months? What happens is, Moon is her real personality is completely different from what is publicly portrayed, and I actually liked her a lot more. I liked her real self a lot more, and so did Lin Ling. Now, her teleportation powers that were actually really cool ended up being severely restricted because it all depends on their believers, right? The fans. But turns out they wanted her to be with Nice so bad that it ended up affecting her powers, and she could not use her teleportation powers to teleport to anywhere except to Nice's side, right? Which is just tragic, right? So anyway, they stuck together, they get to know each other, right? They sort of become friends, I think, right? Or at least friendly. But yeah, they do get closer, and they come up with a plan, or Lin Ling comes up with a plan, right? Which is to fake. Actually, no, Lin Ling's plan is to sort of have the proposal sabotage, right? But Miss J kind of adds on to it, and they decide to fake Moon's death, right? To sort of free her. And what happens is the sabotage is going to be done by Rek, who happens to be the OG Nice's nemesis and secret bestie, right? Who was very, very obsessive about the OG Nice. But anyway, he also realizes that this is not Nice, right? And Lin Ling tells him that Nice, is no longer in this world. And there's a whole thing. But yeah, they defeat Rek, and they manage to fake Moon's death. It's a whole very beautiful scene, right? Like their farewell scene. Sort of farewell, because I mean they're still together. She's still there after that, but that was like an official goodbye. And then afterwards, it's really nice. Lilling tells everyone to wish for Moon to be free, right? For her freedom, so that she can go anywhere that she wants to, right? So this affects the real. I mean, this actually affects Moon and her powers, and she has her powers back again, right? No restrictions. I still wonder how it's gonna work if people forget about her, if people move on, right? Does that affect her powers? Are they gonna go away as well? But yes, Lin Ling's really sad, but he does what's best for her, and it's a really thoughtful gift. So yes, she leaves, and Lin Ling's plan now is to aim for top 10, right? Which I already thought he was, but he's not. And towards the end of the episode, we see in Lighter, the one and only, and he's approached by someone from Spotlight organization, which I'm assuming is like a villainous organization, and he has a whole sort of glow up, I guess. He becomes a bad guy, he turns to fear instead of trust, and he's now God Eye, with really nice drip. So yes, that's where it ends, and I can't wait to see more about it. I can't wait to meet more heroes, right? So there's so many of them that we've seen in the opening and ending songs. So I can't wait to see them because they all have really nice designs. So yes, without further ado, let's get on with the episode. That's a bomb. Oh. Oh. Oh, that's a lot of bombs. Oh no. Are we finally gonna see this guy? Who is he? He is clearly important. He's everywhere in the posters and stuff. How come we don't see Nice here? At all. He's not gonna die, is he? I think Liling's gone through enough. The ever-standing hero. Oh, they're back in the apartment. Alright. He's sad. How could he? He did always want to be a hero. Could he? Did he have the option to leave? Oh, hero form man. Wolf Girl. Have we seen Wolf Girl? Is he asking? Oh. Year 34. Which year were we in? Oh. Was it year 46? 41. Okay. Oh, damn. Was that one person's belief enough or trust? Oh, the OCD. So is this a real nemesis or another nemesis that was created? Did this actually happen or is this a setup? Oh my god. How I don't see how they could have faked this. Oh wow. How is he supposed to match that? Oh, I hope this is real. Did we see this other guy in the opening song with those 4 old men? It's like Mikasa's scarf or muffler. Oh, he's number 15. Okay. So it's like 3, 2, 1, and X? Is that the little girl? Wolf girl? Wait. Is that the... Or maybe not. Oh, it's too small for him. I thought that little girl went on to become Wolf Girl. Oh. There's a lot of drawbacks to these powers, which is interesting. Sometimes I wonder how much of Linling is gonna be left. Okay. Oh. What if it's true? Is Godai gonna be Nice's nemesis? Oh, so she makes comics. But why? Is there a personal grudge? Oh right, he flies. What the heck? But he actually cannot bend? Oh my god, is it gonna be about the comic? Oh. Did he get the stole after the statue was made? Oh. Oh, I feel a little bad for some reason. I don't feel bad anymore. I take that back. Damn. Backstabber. I was like, I feel bad. I don't feel bad anymore. I feel like there's something more to this. Some sort of personal grudge. What? 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 A trap. Oh my god, what we saw in the beginning. And there were a lot of bombs, right? Oh no. Is it the same girl? I feel like it might be. Because she's been mentioned a lot. Is he gonna do the same thing? Okay, move, 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 move. Move, move, move. Okay. But why? No, for real. Where? Oh, is nice okay? I completely forgot. Oh no! Oh wait. Can he not let go? Can he not move? Oh. Oh, this is how he's gonna overtake him, huh? Oh. She's... Have you fall? Have you let go of everything? Is the little... Oh. Yeah. Oh, he didn't know. I thought he knew. It's not... Because he couldn't bend? Oh. Oh. Ah. Mind your own business. Bro? He actually cries. Oh. Bro, why can't they mind their own business though? Oh no, the rumors got her. Oh. Oh. She dyed her hair or what? Oh. Oh my god. Oh no, but the statue is gonna... Oh, he fell. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, he did it. Oh my god. He's so slender. Oh. But what about Mr. Firm? Oh, the trust value is increasing. Oh my god, gifted subs. Crying. Oh, let's go. I think he's gonna hit top 10 for sure. Oh damn, did he just get a power boost? Oh, I feel bad. I can't feel kind of bad for him though. Unless this is what he wanted and he's free now. Oh damn. I feel bad. Wait, I'm not. I mean, I'm happy for Nice. Is this God? Oh, I thought it was gonna be God Eye. Wow, they just changed apartments that quickly, huh? Oh, he can bend now.
違うんだ。追い出しに来たわけじゃない。ああ、分かってるよ。ランクが上がると冗談が通じなくなるの。嬉しそうに笑うんですね。
Oh.
君のやめてどうするんです。もちろん当分は思い。
Oh my God, he can finally relax. Yeah. Okay.
本当は倒れたかったのか。人々は私を信じた。
Oh my God. I can't even.
私の日常はこの上なく不便なことだらけだった。
Oh my God. You know, I was feeling bad, but I'm happy for him now. No! Never? Never? Ever? People need to be more careful about what they're wishing for.
僕も実は
That he's perfect?
たとえ荒探しをしないと気が済
Oh, anxiety. Oh no.
この会に来たことは覚悟を決めて選択した結果だ。
But what about OG Nice?
悪いが
Was he gonna tell him that I'm not the OG Nice?
僕はナイスじゃない。
What?
誰だろうと
Oh.
自分らしくいろ。
Oh. Just be yourself. But how much of Linling is gonna be left if people are just...
何を求めてるかまだわからない。
If they keep believing that he's nice, he's nice, he's nice.
自分が何を求めてないかはわかる。あなたは
What?
皆さんごきげんよう。今日はナイスのヒーローランキングトップ10入りを祝ってここで
What? Is that the real Moon? But she left. No. Wait, is this fake? This has to be fake.
シャオユエチンは死んではいないし、ナイスは作り上げられた存在に過ぎない。そしてこの私が
The episode's over?
皮を剥がしてやろう。
They can't do this. Wait, but if people stop believing, then... I mean, they won't stop believing that easily, but Moon's right there, alive. Can they pass it off as fake somehow? But is that the actual Moon? Did they actually manage to get her? Also, how did they find out that she faked her death? I mean, they faked her death. How did he find out? How did he find her? Unless he just doubts everything, which makes sense. But she literally took a portal to the middle of nowhere, some island. Also, I'm very concerned about the fact that there's no nice in this. Okay, I'm so worried. I'm so worried. Oh, I can't wait to watch the next one. Okay. Okay, so a very loaded episode, right? Firstly, we see has been really down, very sad about Moon leaving. Of course, he is, as expected. What was interesting is that Miss J asked him if he's so sad, why didn't he leave with her, right? I didn't even realize that was an option. Can he leave? Wouldn't they hunt him down? What are they gonna do, right? They are very against the idea of Nice, the brand, no longer existing, right? So how I mean, if other people can maybe find Moon, then how come? I mean, they would have found Nice too. But anyway, that was just a question that kind of tripped me up, right? So the aim here is for Nice to defeat a firm man who is the number 10 hero, his nemesis, Wolf Girl, and surpass him, right? Which I guess is a bit of a trend because that's how firm man also broke into top 10, right? He defeated what was it, Isol's nemesis, I guess, right? So I guess that's one common way that it's done. And yeah, So we get back fireman, firm man, not fireman, firm man's backstory, who used to be a firefighter, right? And he saved one little girl in a very heroic act, and his trust value increased, and he became a hero, right? Now, what was interesting is now we delve into how really delve into. I mean, we already saw it with Moon, right? And we started to see it with Nice, but again, another example of how belief in this universe can really, really warp the powers that these people get, right? Which is, for man, like the people believe that he was to shoulder, all the responsibility, trust, and remain ever standing. And that was literal, right? He could not do anything but stand. And for Nice, also, like, I'm a little worried because his OCD is clearly getting worse, right? And as a result, his anxiety as well. And, through this you kind of get a glimpse into what the OG Nice's life would have been like. And because I think from what we saw, right, the flashback with Rek from the previous episode, OG Nice also was not always like this, right? So this perfectionism, this expectation of perfection that people have, that's what sort of propelled him to where he eventually reached, right? And of course, we have to be worried about Lin Ling eventually reaching that place as well. Yeah, so back to Furman, right? Now, what was interesting is another character that we saw, Mr. Shang, right, who Miss J mentioned. From MG Management, he stepped down to become, I guess, Furman's manager and help him become a hero. And we've seen him. We saw him in the opening song with some other old guys, right? He didn't seem like a good guy. So yeah, I wonder if we're gonna see him again, right? So yeah, oh my god. So there was a Firmhand symbol, right? There's this red stole that reminded me of Mikasa from Attack on Titan. So this little girl that he saved, she gave him a red stole that became his symbol, right? That was a moment where someone asked him why his statue doesn't have that red stole. And that's an interesting question. Is it because, again, it ties into the fact that people don't seem to almost see, they refuse to see the heroes as human, right? As people who are like, as people, they're not viewed as people, it seems. So I wonder if the red stole is like, was like a symbol to him. It was or other people, it was a symbol of his bravery, I guess. But why was it not on the statue? Because it was like it was too human. I'm not sure, right? Someone asked him and he didn't know how to answer it. So again, that again, back to for man never being able to bend or anything, right? So I guess that means Wolf Girl, who clearly knew him well as his nemesis, her den was created in a very intentional manner, right? He couldn't even get in. So yeah, that's what Nice's aim is, because he can easily get in, and he does, right? Because no, Wolfgang has not been attacking Furman directly. She's been using comic books, right? She's been using the power of imagination, like Miss J says. And that's a very clever way, honestly. Stories, like, people love stories, right? Fiction, especially, or I guess just even if something sort of. But again, people saw it as like slander, right? As a way that Wolfgang was using to tarnish Furman's reputation. But was it really? Because we find out later that it's not the case, right? But we'll get to that. So, I mean, Nice gets in, and then he meets this other hero, right, who's stuck, and Nice helps him out, accidentally pulls his pants down. But anyway, they have a moment where he's like, "Oh, you're nice, right?" and stuff. And I guess, since you're here, I'm not really needed. But he tries to backstab Nice. Like, as soon as Nice turns away, he tries to attack him. So I guess it's kind of a way to show that people are like, other heroes are like, they're kind of desperate to break into the rankings as well, especially top 10, right? So of course, it's like, it's a very, very competitive world, very competitive industry, business, right? So you can't really trust anyone. And I guess, yeah, that was when Nice really realized that too. So anyway, at the beginning of the episode, we'd seen this girl, planting a lot of bombs, right? This is where that comes in, because Nice reaches like the main room of her den. He finds out the truth, right? He reads like her book, like the main book. He finds out the truth. But at that moment, the bombs from earlier in the episode, they go off, right? There's a lot of damage done, and it's right on top of like the hero, what was it, Avenue? Um, the statue, right? Firm Man statue, it falls over. He's put in that same situation, right? He's forced to hold it up, and he can't let go, he can't let it fall, he can't fall, right? That moment, Wolf Girl arrives, and there was a little girl. She takes that little girl hostage. She was part of the field trip, where they were asking Firm Man questions. She takes that little girl hostage, and she tells Firm Man to make a choice, right? She tells him to let go of the statue, to fall, or to let the little girl die, right? So he can let go, he can save the little girl, or he can not let go and let the little girl die. But thankfully, Nice arrives then, and he sort of exposes the truth. He says that she's not going to kill the girl, because this is the same little girl that you saved back then, right? The first person that you saved. Well, probably not the first person, but like the first person that sort of propelled him into heroism, like just being a hero, right? So yeah, I So I think there was a lot of show don't tell in this, right? So what happens is we get a little glimpse into Wolf Girl's past as well. So Nice says that she doesn't hate Furman, she hates what Furman is being like forced to represent, and how he's being forced to live, right? She sort of sees his burdens, because back when she was offering him the red stole, he literally could not bend down to take it, right? That Mr. Shanghai had to come and take it from her. That's when she started realizing. So yeah, she actually hates his burdens, and she was the one person, she really saw him as human, because she saw him before he became a hero, right? When he held that up, but he struggled, he was sweating, he was struggling, but he refused to fall, right? So she saw that, he's obviously, he was very, very brave, but he was also very, very human. And she used to paint him. She's an artist, clearly. I mean, she does comics as well. But yeah, she used to paint him, but she used to paint him in a very human way, right? And she got bullied for it, because like people, again, this is where that comes in. They saw it as slander. But when we see that the comics and everything that she'd been distributing, it was her own story, and her own story of how she views Firm Man. But people took it as slander, because they aren't allowed to be anything but perfect. He's not allowed to do anything but remain ever standing, right? So she used to get bullied, and but she just she her motives, I mean, her methods were questionable, but I guess her heart was in the right place. She probably still got arrested after this. She should have. She has she's committed crime, so. But I get it, and I guess at that moment, so they don't really say it outright, but he does say that you're the person who gave me the faith and the push forward to become a hero. And I think that's so his armor breaks then, and I think it's because that she's a symbol herself, right? So she's the one person who is trying to get him to let go, who is trying to just get him to just be human, right? I guess that's the impact of that sentiment, I guess, gets his armor to break, and gets him to finally let go, right? He falls to one knee. Thankfully, Nice is there, and that's sort of, it's like a moment of like passing the torch of sorts. At first I was feeling very bad for Man, because everyone started cheering for Nice, right? And like, Nice, you can do it. And Miss J, obviously, never one to let an opportunity pass her by. She goes live, right? There's a live stream and everything. People are cheering for him. He gets a big boost in trust value, and he surpasses. Firm Man manages to lift the statue, right? He becomes really strong, even stronger. But so yeah, I was feeling a little bad, because on one hand you have you have Firm Man, who's just fallen, right? And his armor broke, and his career as a hero is effectively over. And then on, like, right there, or right next to him, you have Nice, who has everyone cheering for him. But that's okay, because then we see that Nice, who at that moment, by the way, actually does, he breaks into top 10. His trust value surpasses I keep saying Mr. Firm Man, and he surpasses him. He takes his spot as number 10. So yes, we see Nice visiting Firm Man at like on the 10th floor, right? Which he's gonna move into after Firm Man moves out. So he says that this is like the first time he's sort of seen him this relaxed, and this is the first time he's seen Firm Man smiling, right? And just being normal instead of just being stiff like a log. So that's when we find out that okay, we don't need to feel bad because Firm Man is like, for the next month, I'm literally gonna just lie don and relax. And it's just insane to think about the fact that he hasn't been able to do this for so long. And like we find out that, he was happy being a hero, he was honored, but it gave him so many problems, his powers, because he was supposed to remain ever standing. He couldn't lie down, he couldn't squat, he literally could not sit on the toilet, he couldn't take a shit, and he could not bend over to pick anything. Could not bend over, that's it, nothing. He had to remain standing, that's it. Insane to even think about. That's very interesting, right? Because it's not so easy as to just, you just get power, people believe in you and you get powers. No, there are actual very serious, very inconvenient drawbacks, which we've seen with Moon and Man, but now we're seeing it with Nice as well, with his OCD and anxiety. So one thing I'm very, very surprised about is that as Man is leaving, Nice actually tells him that I'm not nice. Like, that's actually insane. Not insane, but I don't know, I was just really surprised, like, because that's like a big thing, right? But he's just out and told Firm Man. But Firm Man does not even react. I guess he's used to this kind of stuff. I don't know, but like, clearly a lot goes on in this hero industry, right? But anyway, he's like, what does he say? Yeah. So Nice says, I'm not nice. Lin Ling says, I'm not nice. And Firm Man is like, no matter who you are, just be yourself. Which I think is actually good advice, and it's needed, right? Because clearly with the OCD and anxiety getting worse, I keep thinking like how much of Lin Ling is going to be left over? Like eventually, is he just going to be nice? And who is nice? Because even OG Nice at one point was not this nice, right? He was someone else. So it's like the people's belief is so strong it warps your entire being. But what about on the inside, right? Like what about your heart? Like are you the same person or no? Very interesting things. But that's not it. That's not where it ends, because it just could not end on a wholesome note. Nice has a very wholesome, or well, not wholesome, but he has a flashback of his and Moon's last conversation, which he's contemplating, and then he sees a reflection. It's like a broadcast, basically. God Eye, or formerly in Lighter, it has apparently kidnapped and taken Moon hostage. I have my doubts as to if it's the real Moon, because how did he find her? She literally went to some random island. She teleported. She didn't even take a flight. She teleported. But Moon's there, and she's in her Moon costume. Right? So there's that. Is that the real Moon? That's my first question. Is that the real Moon? So he said he wants to expose them, right? He says that they fake Moon's death. Everything is fake. Nice's entire persona has been well crafted. Everything is planned. Blah 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 blah. It's true, but okay. So the thing is, first question, is that the real Moon? Second question, how did he find her? If so, how did he find her? Third question, how did he find out that Moon faked her death? Like, how did they find out that she faked it? Is there a mole? Is there some spy who leaked it? So now that's gonna be a big obstacle. I don't know how they're gonna get out of this, because he's obviously now, no matter what he says, there's clear proof that he on his side that Moon is alive. So that was faked. Unless they manage to somehow pass this off as like that's not Moon. I don't know. I'm so worried for everyone. And it's like, even like now, it really makes you think as to in what kind of mental space the OG Nice must have been in, right? As that burden of perfection kept getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And it's not just like it's not in your head, right? Or it's not that pressure. It has actual consequences. It has an actual effect on your powers. on your entire being, right? Like you're forced to be perfect in everything. Wow, I don't think I would want to be a superhero in this world at all. At all. But anyway, I guess do these people even have a choice though? It's like if you become popular, if people see you doing things and your trust value increases, you get powers, and then you have. But do you have to be a hero? Is that like mandatory? Does someone reach out to you from like the hero commission to make you a hero? I guess we'll see. Whew. So we've yapped a lot. I'm just gonna stop here because we have a lot of questions. We're not getting the answers right now. But yes, I can't wait to watch the next one. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Let me know how you felt about this episode. Let me know if you have any doubts or what doubts you may have had while you were watching this, right? And how you feel about the power system in this. It's very interesting, I think, right? Very, very messed up, but very interesting. But anyway, uh, take care of yourselves. Stay safe, stay warm. And thank you so, so, so much for watching, you guys.